how to turn your spa into a money-making machine that you actually love without sacrificing time, money, and sanity. A lot of you already know me a little bit, but I'm just going to introduce myself again for those watching. My name is Susan O'Sullivan, and I've been an esthetician and spa owner for almost 7 years. I've been in the beauty industry for over 15 years. I'm also a makeup artist, a lash tech, a Reiki master, reflexologist, and I'm also the CEO and founder of spatemps.ca. I coach spa industry professionals and owners. I offer strategic marketing and social media strategies for spa, health, and wellness businesses. I am also the creator of the 12-week Spa Boss Bootcamp and the 6-week Career Hacks Bootcamp. And really, at the end of the day, what's brought me here is because I've been through the good, the bad, the ugly, and the even uglier. And if you are a spa owner and you can identify with this industry getting pretty ugly, say that's me wherever you're watching this in the comments. I'd love to know that I'm not alone there. So I've made it my mission to turn this crazy spa industry back upside right again. Not for the sake of the industry itself, but for the people within it. So everyone here today or everyone watching this, because what we do really does matter, and each one of us matter. Like, we deserve to have successful, profitable businesses. We deserve to be living our best life. That's such a cliche term, but we deserve it. We truly, truly do. So hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. And if you're just coming on now, again, I'm joined today by Ethan Fleming of Alpha Spa Marketing. Here he is going to be talking to us about Facebook ads, as we're going to get into shortly. So excited to have him here as a guest, very fortunate. And we're also going to be announcing a really awesome partnership nearing the end of this presentation. So we're looking forward to finally revealing that. So, question for you: how many of you are frustrated with this crazy spa industry that we're in sometimes? Let me know. Say again, just write the word frustrated in the comments wherever you are. Just gonna open up the chat here because I want to see actually what you're doing. Yep, Melissa says I'm frustrated. Absolutely. Yeah, okay. Awesome. Well, honestly, you are not alone. So why is this the case? Why are we feeling so frustrated? I mean, here are the things that we are just struggling with on a daily basis: lack of cash flow, non-existent work-life balance, feeling like you're out of control, lacking fulfillment. You feel like there's really no way out of this situation that you're in. You don't have enough clients, or maybe in some cases you have too many clients and you're the one that's kind of handling all of that work. Perhaps you're stuck in the treatment room. You know you need to work on your business, but it's impossible to get out from in your business. Not to mention marketing overwhelm. So, like, let me know again. Drop me a 1 if you're watching this, any of your comments, and let me know that that's you. At least 1 or 2 of these, because I know it certainly is me. Okay, awesome, good. Well, not good. We're going to fix it, but you know, I'm glad I'm not alone there. So, who here thinks that you deserve more than what this industry has given you so far? If that's you, put a number 2 in the comments. If you think that you deserve more than what this industry has presented to you so far. And I'm actually going to wait to see answers, and I'm seeing them here in the Facebook group as well, because it's really important to me that you guys are really identifying with what I'm saying, and that you know, because we're going to address these very things today. All right, so I'm seeing some 2s because things just aren't really adding up. And this is probably another thing that you're feeling, that you're going like, you know, we're in a $16 billion industry in the US and Canada alone. And here we are struggling to make ends meet. Like, why is that happening? It's just straight up, if things are not adding up. But I want you to know that you're not alone. and it's okay, that it really is okay. So I see a lot of people spinning their wheels, hoping that something will finally click and that they'll get more clients, money, success, fulfillment. And here's the hard truth. You're probably focusing on all of the wrong things. That might be hard to hear or wrap your head around, but you're probably focusing on all the wrong things. Now over here in the group, Lavon is saying it's better this year than last year. Well, that's amazing. That is amazing. So I get it. I get it because I was you. And actually, I still am you. I get exactly where you're coming from. So have no fear, because today everything changes. Now, for many of you watching this, because you've taken part in the 10-day challenge, it actually changed for you about 9 days ago, 10 or 11 if you count the weekend, because you decided to make a shift in what you were doing. You decided to make a different choice for you and your business. And now you're here watching this presentation, and just that alone, it's like the ripple effect. The pebble in the water can have a magnificent impact on your life. So I'm so excited for everybody to be here today. So the truth is, you can take control of your career, your business, and your life. And I'm going to show you how. So today we're going to show you how to turn your spa into a money-making machine that you love without sacrificing any more time, money, and sanity. I'm going to do this by teaching you 3 secrets on how you can create sustainable and meaningful profitability in your business. And I'm going to get into what that means shortly. So the 3 secrets are this. This is what we're going to dive into in the 3 secrets. Number 1, we're going to show you how to use your business to reverse engineer your dream life by following the simple yet powerful entrepreneurial blueprint. Number 2, we're going to show you how to become a lead generating powerhouse, creating a marketing machine that generates you leads while you sleep. This is where Ethan's going to pop in. And number 3, we're going to show you how to build a raving, loyal, regular fan base and render your competition powerless by creating a rock star brand persona. Now, if you're excited about these 3 things, wherever you are, again, drop a number 3 in the comments. And over here in the Facebook group, Lavon is saying fear is self-defeating. Fear can render us absolutely incapable. And Lavon's excited about number 3. You'll be surprised what it is, but it's a good one. All right, so my goal for this presentation is to help 2 kinds of people. So a spa owner who's feeling like they are spinning their wheels, aimlessly trying to make ends meet, and who are just looking for someone or something to help them turn their business upside right. It's person number 1. Or a spa owner who's looking to up-level their business, increase profitability, master their marketing game, and bring the balance back into their life. If that's you, if you're one of those 2, drop a 4 in the comments. All right, I want to see some 4. I want to know that I got my audience here. All right, cool. So you've already told me you're excited for this, and I am excited for this as well. Yes. So here we go. So secret number 1, how to use your business to reverse engineer your dream life by following the simple yet powerful entrepreneurial blueprint. So what is sustainable profitability? Oops. Sustainable profitability is not profitability that is going to come because you run a promotion and then you're going to have this influx of this profitable month only to find yourself in the red the next month. And it's not something, sustainable profitability is not profitability that ebbs and flows in drastic measures. You're not going to have big highs and big lows, and if you have sustainable profitability, it's going to be the kind of profitability you can rely on month after month after month. If that sounds like something that you would want in your business, that kind of profitability, drop a 4 or a 5, sorry, in the comments. I'm going to lose track of these numbers at some point. So again, sustainable profitability is profitability that's not going to just randomly go away. It's going to be there. It's going to be predictable. It's going to be stable for you. So what is meaningful profitability? So to me, both of these are important, no question. But to me, meaningful profitability means far beyond just the sustainable profitability. We need to get sustainable profitability first, but then we need to get meaningful profitability. And meaningful profitability is a kind of profitability that tells you if you have this, that means your business is setting your soul on fire, that you wake up jumping out of bed, wanting to go and do what you do, that you're in love with your clients, you're in love with your staff if you have them, that you're excited with how you're contributing to the community. You feel like you're living your dream, purposeful life. The kind of profitability that is just making your heart soar, that you feel like you've hit the mark in your own life, that you're not lacking anything, that you just want to celebrate every day because you're just, you've reached that level of success that you dreamed you would have as a child. So if you want that kind of profitability, put a 6 in the comments. I would love to know if you want the kind of profitability that you says, you know what, not only am I making money, but I am living on purpose, not by accident. I love every single thing that I'm doing every single day. And we got somebody over here saying, I'm very excited for each day, but it's draining some days, not enough hands or time. Absolutely. So how do you do this? How can you achieve this? So this is where you need to follow the 3-step core entrepreneurial framework to get that kind of profitability consistently. And it starts with you, followed by money, followed by marketing. So as a business owner, we are flooded with so many things to do. We have a list the size of our arm of things that need to get done every single day. And often these things are things that are not actually propelling us any further. I mean, if you can identify with the fact that you probably have 1,000 things to do in a day, but at the end of the day, you feel like you've made little to no progress. If you can identify with that, drop a 7 in the comments. It's absolutely overwhelming, to say the least. So the first thing you need to do is stop. You need to stop getting yourself, in this overwhelming state of succumbing to this to-do list. So we all got into this business for different reasons, and I'm sure, but I bet one common denominator we all have is that we are in love with the idea of being our own boss, setting our own, and I joke, 18 plus hours a day, calling all the shots, making all the, and I'm doing air quotes, even you can't see me, all the money and reaping all the benefits. And it just, that wasn't happening for me. I kept asking myself, when was I going to start actually living my best life? The spa owner I sought out to be. And as it turned out, I wasn't the only one asking myself this question. So I realized that I had built a business that had nothing to do with what I actually wanted for my life. No real end goal in mind, and certainly no plan. Now, I don't mean it has anything to do with the actual business itself, but I realized that my business that I built was not letting me live the type of life that I wanted. Didn't mean I was in the wrong business. I just realized that I wasn't running that business right. So I was basically going into every day blind. So I had no idea where my next client was going to come from. I had no idea how much money was actually in my bank account. I had no idea how much I actually needed to sustain the life I was dreaming about. So what is the solution then? All right, so I'm going to break it down. See, everything in your business should flow to and from one thing. If you think you know what that one thing is, even though I'm going to step right to it, let me know in the comments what you think that one thing is. There's a bit of delay in the Facebook group, so I can keep going. So if you thought it, if you wrote it, you're right, it's you. Everything should be flowing from into you. It should be constantly going through you. You are the heartbeat of your business. So, like, why does that actually matter? You might be thinking, oh my gosh, I'm struggling to make ends meet. Cash flow is my issue. You may have all these other very tangible issues. So when I say that, like, that you're not focusing on yourself, that you haven't put yourself first, that's an actual issue, you're thinking, well, why the heck does that actually matter? So I'll tell you why. If you don't have a clear vision of what you want, what your purpose is, and how you want to live your life, and what you value most, what makes you tick, then you might find that you're running yourself ragged trying to climb this mountain. And you've heard this before, only to realize that you've just climbed the wrong mountain. If you can identify with this, drop an 8 in the comments. I hope I don't see any 8s, but let me know if that is you. So knowing what your dream life looks like and feels like, and being very clear on how much that dream life would cost, like how much money you need to be bringing in as a human being in order to sustain and live that dream life. Once you have that very clear idea, then you can begin to truly understand how much money your business needs to be bringing in to sustain that dream life. It becomes very clear once you have massive clarity on where you are in the end, where you want to be, whether that's 6 months from now, 12 months from now, 5 years, 10 years, whatever. If you have a very clear idea of what your dream life looks like, then you can begin to build a business that can help make that life possible. So knowledge is truly power. And so once you know exactly what your purpose is and you're dreaming bigger, you can start setting goals and planning to build a business that can support your dream life. And how? Strategy. Once you know where, it's like a GPS, you guys. If you know where you're going and you know where you're at right now, to bridge that gap, all you need is strategy. And the strategy that I'm going to tell you, the 2 things that are a part of this entrepreneurial blueprint that are going to help you live your dream life and let you build the business of your dreams, is money and marketing. So money and marketing is imperative. And not just money and marketing in general. You want to do everything in your power to keep costs down and sales up. Not one over the other. You want to keep costs down and sales up, no matter what. And you want to do this simultaneously. Because if you focus only on trying to increase sales, and you're not reining in your costs, you're not honing in on how much money you're spending to make that money go up, then you could be in dangerous territory. If you're only focusing on cutting your costs, and you're not focusing on increasing your sales at the same time, then that profitability gap is no longer going to be stretching and breaking wide open. It's just going to be moving in one direction or the other, but it's not going to be growing. And we want the biggest profitability gap around, of course, in the positive. So this is what we want to be, stretching our sales in one direction and our costs in the other direction. So that way our businesses can grow and grow and grow and grow. And this is where the sustainable profitability comes in. Because if we can be focusing on these 2 areas simultaneously, we are actually going to be successfully grow our business, increase profitability, and that's the sustainable profitability. So now that you know the secret, what can you do to get started? What can you do in your business starting tomorrow? And you don't need a whole to-do list of things to focus on. What can you do to start getting more clients in the door And what can you do to start cutting your costs at the same time? These are the things that you should be focusing on right now, tomorrow. Yeah, not right now, tomorrow. It's late, tomorrow in your business. So here are some quick wins to take away from this secret on what you can do. Try just asking yourself, what do I really want? And just sit with it. Don't expect an answer to come flying off the shelf. It might, but just ask yourself. And if it doesn't work the first time, ask yourself again, what do I really want? Without any judgment, without any other, preconceived ideas of what you should want, just what do you really want? Number 2, and it ties into number 1, spend 15 minutes per week to take time to dive deep into figuring out what your purpose is. So, why did you get into this business? Why do you do what you do? Number 3, give yourself permission to dream and really tap into what fuels you and makes you happy. And when I say dream, I mean dream big. We only have one life, you guys. You need to dream big. Number 4, and this talks about in the direction of the money. Don't buy in bulk just to save on shipping. This is just one random example. If your cash flow is not flowing, try not to buy in bulk just to save on shipping. That is one little example. Number 5, do not buy more just because something is on sale. Okay, and we're approaching Black Friday. If you're having cash flow issues, don't go out and buy everything just because there's a sign that's telling you it's a good deal. Number 6, do a complete inventory of what you have and then create a promotion using those products. So I promise you'd probably be shocked if you rifled through your back bar right now and just saw all of the stuff that is not being put to good use. Number 7, get creative with the products that you have. So all those products that you see that just kind of like came up, you say, what am I going to do with these things? Get creative with them. Think outside of the box. Number 8, systemize your purchasing procedures and be strict. Pay attention to the numbers and really focus on what you need. If you don't need it in the next 30 days, do not buy it. Okay, that's my suggestion. Number 9, stop trying to diversify your offering, instead niche down. It's so easy to think that the solution to increasing profitability is to get another product line, get another machine, bring in more services, bring in more staff. Let's just kind of, bring in, buy. And this is such a dangerous thing for your business. You got to stop and figure out how you can become the best at what you do. And number 10, of course, focus hard on getting more clients in the door. All right, I'm not sure what number we're on, but if you're liking what I'm saying, drop me an 8 in the comments. So when you're focusing on these 3 things in your business, and only these 3 things, and once it's become second nature to you, your business will begin to start seeing meaningful and sustainable profitability. So what this basically means is that you need to only be focusing on the things that will, 1, bring you in new clients now or in the near future. 2, cut costs and increase profitability now or in the near future. Or 3, help you build a business that lets you live your dream life. So if you can't say yes to these certain things, these 3 things, then I would ask yourself, should I be doing this right now? Because is this getting me closer to my goal? I'm not saying there's not a lot of other important things that you should be eventually focusing on your business, but if you're desperately in need to increase your profitability, these are the 3 things that you need to be focusing on, especially number 2 and number 3. I mean, number 1 is huge, but when you're feeling the pinch, money and marketing is your saving grace, your hero. So again, drop me that 8 if you're following me here and you can identify with what I am saying. Before we jump in, I'm going to check the chat box here to see if everybody's doing good. Okay, perfect. Oh, I meant 9. I said 8 again, but if you're getting what I'm dropping down, drop me a 9. Okay. All right, I see something I need to tighten my belt. Yeah, I confused you guys with the 8s there, sorry. All right. And Melissa says that she feels like being a spa owner is not like it has been in the past. Yes, it's not easy. All right, who wants to learn about Facebook ads and marketing? Who thinks that that's a good idea? Drop me a 10 in the comments. I'm going to run out of numbers. Oh, right. Beautiful. Okay. So let's dive into it. Okay, so number 2, become a lead generating powerhouse. Create a marketing machine that generates you leads while you sleep. Drop me some money bags here, depending on, and you might not be able to do that in Zoom. Drop me money bags or an 11, I guess. If you want to generate leads in your sleep, if you want to wake up to leads and bookings in your, whether it's in your inbox, in your booking system, through your website, whatever, let me know that that sounds like something that you think, yep, I'd like for that to happen. So how many of you struggle with figuring out the best way to market your spa? See some dollar signs, good. So who else in here, let me know if you struggle with figuring out the best way to market your spa. You kind of like lost in what the best way is to actually get you some results. Melissa says, marketing is so expensive. Where is it worth it? It's not. And Lavon says, marketing is not easy or cheap. Takes so much time. Yes, absolutely. All right. And so yeah, you've already answered me right now, but like it's so easy to get overwhelmed by all of the options out there when it comes to marketing. You're stuck in marketing paralysis where you're actually just doing nothing, and maybe you're trying everything and seeing no return on your investment. That's really, really hard when that happens. Or maybe you're dabbling in social media, hoping that someone will look, like, and interact with your posts and maybe just book an appointment. Perhaps you're building an inconsistent, mediocre blog, and I'm not saying that to be mean, but there's so many blogs out there that we're trying to do it because we've been told that we have to, but it's actually mediocre and no one actually reads it. So it just ends up being time wasted. Or perhaps you're implementing a lackluster referral system that none of your clients actually use. If you can identify with that, say me in the comments. So what I am excited to tell you is that I'm going to take the burden off you by telling you right now that you don't need to be doing those things. At least not right now, not yet. Because if you're doing them without a plan, then that's when you're not going to see results. You're going to get bogged down with how much time it takes. You're going to feel frustrated. And that's not a place that you want to be in. So how would you guys like for people to be able to book on autopilot? Does that sound good to you? Basically, a way for you to generate leads and bring in business through your doors in your sleep. And I'm not just saying that to exaggerate. This is actually possible. And we're going to get into exactly how it's possible right now. And it to me, it sounds freaking amazing. I mean, I can't imagine a business owner that wouldn't want that. So how? And this is where I am going to pass the mic over to Ethan. So I think, Ethan, you can unmute yourself.
All right.
Over from here.
Hey, everyone. Thanks so much. I'm really glad to be here. And we are going to go over everything that Susan just kind of amped up, right? She made some bold promises there. So I've got some big promises to fulfill. So let's get into it. All right. So the key here is going to be sales funnels and Facebook ads. And when we're looking at this, we're going to think about this a lot differently than you might have in the past. So let's get into it and I'll show you an example. So what is a sales funnel, right? A sales funnel is like having a personal assistant that does the work for you, at least the marketing work they do. So a Facebook ad is the top of that funnel. It's basically what gets everything else started. And yes, it does take a little bit of work and there's a bit of an icky process, but once you get it done and it's working well, it's magical. So sales funnels are really the only way that throughout history we've ever brought in clients. And this is the way that you're going to be able to maximize your revenue and minimize the amount of time and energy and money that you're actually putting into this process. So a lot of you have mentioned how frustrated you were with the process. You know, it might feel like you're hashtagging too much, or you're always on your phone, or you're always posting new things. But I'm going to show you a really effective method that's getting real results now. So here are some examples just to showcase exactly how effective this process is. So as you can see, there is some results here where we were able to bring in 156 new customers, or at least customer contacts, and I'll get into that in a little bit, for about $567. But what that did was it brought in over $3,000 of sales. And that was only from the initial offer. After that, we brought in about $6,000 more from reoccurring revenue after that. Here's another quick example. So this was with a massage therapist, and we got 107 new customers for $67.11. 32 of those people actually booked. And out of those 32, about a third of them bought a $235 5-pack massage. And so in general, it took a little bit of time, right? But in general, for $67 on Facebook, a really, really underpriced place for attention right now, we were able to generate $2,500 in revenue just with this strategy. And so here's my last example. I am going to get into the actual strategy, but if you take a look at this chart, the red right here on the graph is the amount of new signups that we had. These are subscriptions. So basically every month you'd come in and get a massage, just like a Massage Envy or something like that. The red are the new subscriptions and the blue are the total amount of subscriptions. So for the first 5 years, this person was paying for digital marketing. They were trying to hashtag, they were trying to engage in groups, they were trying to do SEO, paying for their website, things like that. And they were right about 50 customers that whole time. But you'll notice right here in April 2017, we were able to run Facebook ads for them. And you see this huge red spike right here and this huge spike in blue as well. This is what we were able to get, how we were able to grow their business. So we basically doubled their business to 100 in the first month. And then after that, you can see a few months later, we started doing some more ads and we definitely were on track to hit 150. And in fact, today we have hit over 150. So people often make this a lot more complicated. There's so many gurus out there and people who are just saying that, you need to be doing Facebook Lives, you need to be doing, you need to be posting 5 times a day, and you need to be using your hashtag correctly. And there is a place for that. I definitely agree, but I don't think it's practical for most business owners because look, you're running a business, right? You're busy here. So you can't just spend all your time, posting away and things. So you need a strategy that will work for you. And the strategy, to be honest, is going to be a paid ad strategy. And it works in 3 steps. So this is a very high level glance of what a sales funnel might look like for a spa business. So we've got the Facebook ad itself, okay? You're gonna run a Facebook ad and you're gonna have a very special offer, and we're gonna get into that a little bit later. But then we're gonna get contact information from that customer. So what a lot of people do is they just run the Facebook ad and they just have no goal and they hope that they can get customers somehow, right? They boost posts or something like that. And it's kind of misleading because that's actually what Facebook tells you to do, but that's not how you get results. And that's not how the professionals get results. What they do is they get contact information. So as soon as they see the ad, they have to we need people to fill out a form so we can follow up with them through automated systems and get them to actually purchase. And we need to eventually, step 3, turn them into a customer. So in the past, you had to do something called build a landing page, where you would have to, have some kind of code where you built in a form, and that would collect the information. You'd have to send people to that landing page, collect the information, and then set up the whole automated system after that. But in today's world, Facebook has made it even simpler. They made it so easy that you can go ahead and make what's called a lead form ad right in Facebook. And it's actually cheaper than building out a whole funnel. And you can do it within literally 5 minutes. As you can see here, this is an example of an ad for a luxury apartment. When you click on this ad, like get a glimpse, it'll ask you for your email, full name, phone number, and then you just hit submit. So same deal with your spa. You would have an ad for your spa. Someone would be like, hey, I am interested in this, and this is how I would get access to this. This is how you give them access to it. And you would get a database of people who are interested, who you're eventually going to be able to market to long-term and build into long-term customers. So I mentioned before that you're going to need to have a special offer, and you need a real strategy to make sure this works. So before you run any promotion, you need to consider the life cycle of the client. This is a long-term play, not a short-term play. So you need to focus on how to get the experience of your business the first time to be stellar. And then so you end up strategically mapping out how you get people to keep coming in and building that long-term relationship. So it's more of a long-term thing. So you can't simply look at a promotion or a discount or whatever you do to get someone in the door. It's not the be all end all of that relationship, right? You're using that to get people in the door, and you're getting an opportunity. So what we really need is an opportunity. If you were able to meet every single person in your town and you were able to give them your service, either a massage or a facial, how well do you think your business would be doing, right? Maybe not everybody would come in and actually love your business, but if you got every single person, at least they would know that you exist. So consider the entire lifespan of the client, leverage it properly, make sure they have a great experience, and you're going to be able to build a huge and profitable business. So this is basically a value ladder. And the reason I bring this up is because, again, the first offer that you use to get people in the door is called an irresistible offer. Now, this is going to be some kind of discount, and I know spa owners are very, very hesitant to do something like that. But the reason it works so well is because, first off, we're not getting people necessarily from Groupon or Living Social, which tend to be a different kind of clientele. These are people who actually sought out these websites to get discounts. These are people on Facebook, and they are not necessarily discount coders, and people are often really, really surprised with what high value these customers are. So we start off, let's go through the value ladder and why this makes sense for your profitability, right? Because that's one of the keys here for this presentation. So you've got the irresistible offer, but then let's say they get some kind of fast action bonus for booking right now. So this is how you actually get someone off of Facebook into your store, because you have to think of it as a commitment on their part too. Even if you're giving them a great deal and great effort, they still have to actually go out and commit their time to coming and taking their chance with you, right? So now you have to give them that great experience. You've really wowed them. Now you're going to have some kind of upsell system, and it's going to be different for every business. And I think as we kind of get later in this presentation, you'll see a little bit more of how you can get trained on that. Then you have a pre-booking to get people to book the next time. Then you have another upsell, and then you eventually have a premium offering. And look, not everyone is going to climb this value ladder, but the point is that if only some people make it to the premium offer, that's your most profitable offer, whatever it is for your spa. Usually inside this, we have some kind of subscription model as well that seems to work really well. That will give you that sustainable part. And then the premium offer at the top is where you make the profit. And so this is just an example. So let's say you were able to generate a Facebook ad sale and it costs less than $5, right? Give or take. It's usually around 3 for me, but it can sometimes go up to about 7 depending on the area and depending on the lead offer. But that $5 that you spent is not like time that you spent. It's just $5, and you can have that on autopilot. And once it starts working, once you start turning $5 into more money, you're just going to keep spending it. So how would you turn that into $875 over the span of maybe a year, right? So this is how you do it. You have some kind of irresistible offer. It costs $59 at the beginning. That's great. Now you've got a fast action bonus to actually get them in the door, and maybe they get something extra, something that's been really successful that I haven't really mentioned on a live podcast. So this is kind of special for you guys. Is hot rocks massage and towel treatments have been really, really successful for our massage therapists. That's just something that people are really, really fond of. So maybe you say, hey, we'll throw that in for an extra $20, right? And you spent $5 on the ad, but you're already generating about $80 worth of business just on the front end. Now, if you compare that to something like Groupon, they're going to take half, right? It's going to be $59 and it's going to be closer to $30. So already that's a huge, huge win. But again, remember, you're getting these ideal clients from Facebook, and they are much, much more likely to actually move up your funnel. So then you offer an upsell. That's an extra $10. Then you have a pre-booking. That's an extra $75 because you get them in the door the next time. Then you have another kind of upsell. And then eventually you move into a premium offering. And so this premium offering can be like that sustainable month after month membership. And you get someone in for 12 months, paying you consistently $60, $70 every month. That's where you're going to make your $700. And so, yes, $5, it may be unfortunate to pay at first, but once you start turning $5 into $800 or, a couple $100, you're gonna be so happy to keep spending. So guys, let me ask you, I've kind of explained the strategy. Does that sound like an investment that you guys would be comfortable making if you were able to kind of track this over the long term? Let me know in the chat. Say yes, like that does make sense, or I would of course make that investment. So yeah, again, you do have to, as chat coming in, I'm going to explain. Yeah, you do have to look at it as a life value. Sometimes people call it the customer lifetime value, CLV, of that customer. So it's not just that one-time deal. And just so you know, these are real examples. Here's like an actual example from my dashboard, my Facebook dashboard. So here we've got 104 purchases. And by purchases, it's kind of misleading. It doesn't actually mean sales. It means customer contact information. And so each one of those costs us about $286, as you can see the cost per purchase right there. But about a third of those actually came in. So it was right around 30, somewhere between 30 and 40 customers came in for about $300. And you have a $60 product, and that's close to $1,800 worth of front-end business. So once you have a steady stream of new customers, because that's what this is all about, it's setting up a process that's automated, and it's going to, Facebook is really, really underutilized. And I think that people are confusing it with how it's supposed to be used. It's basically a paid ad system. So you pay a certain amount of money, and it can be as little as $5 a day. That's the minimum right now on Facebook. So you're paying $5, $10, $15, whatever you can afford, but you're bringing in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever capacity you can handle of new customers every single day. And then you get to do what you do best. So you just have this running on autopilot and bring those new people in. So you already do your services every day. The only difference is that you would need to do it with the intention and understanding the end goal. And in this case, the end goal would be making that lifetime customer. So when you have a new customer, you're going to treat them really, really well. Not to say that you're going to like disregard your old customers, but you're going to make sure that you do everything in your power to make sure that they stay, because staying even like an extra 2 or 3 times makes them, or coming back to your spa an extra 2 or 3 times makes them so much more likely to sign up for that continuity plan, we call it, or your subscription model. And so again, that was the 3 steps. So you've got your Facebook ad with an irresistible offer. You're going to collect some kind of contact information, probably using a lead form. You can use a landing page as well, but that's a little bit more complicated. A hidden step in here is that you're going to have an email automated system that basically reminds people and tells them to come in. And then you're going to turn them, you're going to actually get them in the door, and you're going to turn them into a customer. So yeah, again, the same thing, like everyone is really surprised when they hear this strategy for the first time, because they're like, whoa, I thought I had to be posting and making Facebook Lives and everything all day, every day. But the best thing about Facebook ads, specifically the paid ad section, is that they actually build your business automatically. Once it's set up, you don't have to do much. And so I wanted to just show this example. Me and Susan were talking about this earlier. I basically, all you have to do once you set it up is there's these little buttons in the ads manager that you just click on and off. So as you can see, I've got this luxury massage that's converting it's selling services very, very well. I've got a Father's Day offer, and then I've got a Mother's Day offer. And so when Father's Day is coming up, I just click this button. And then when Mother's Day, I just click this button, turn it from gray to blue. And then when those things aren't running, I just click this blue button. And that's pretty much my marketing plan for the entire year. That's how passive it is. So we know that Facebook ads can be kind of overwhelming. It can kind of be scary. Is it easy? No. Is it possible? Absolutely. It is absolutely possible to have this system. You got to make sure that you're doing it right, that you have your offer correctly, and that you have some of the technical stuff set up. But once you set it up, it really is that easy, where it's you're basically just clicking buttons on the back end like that. So I think Susan's going to hop.
Yep. So I'm still here. So this is going to be the first opportunity to just ask you guys, do you have any questions? Are you super pumped about like what you've just learned about Facebook ads?
Yeah, and I'm here definitely to answer any questions for you guys. So if you have any, I know it's probably going to take some time to type it up, but I would be happy to answer.
Levon has just said that is nice to know, but I'm no guru with Facebook. No, okay. Well, I mean, most people aren't a guru with Facebook. I'll let you kind of speak to that, but I mean, I think that's how most people feel, and it's totally overcomable. I mean, you probably hear that all the time.
I do hear that all the time, specifically in like the spa industry. A lot of people are saying like, you know, I got into this industry because I like to do facials, or I like to do massages, and I want to be my own boss. And I don't necessarily want to be like a techno wizard, we call it, right? But the thing is that it does take a little bit of upfront work, specifically with the getting the right offer, which is really, really important, something that converts. And then I'd say the other hard part is like actually setting up like some automation so that it's automated. But once you know how to do it, and once you've got it set up, it's pretty much passive. So what I would say is that once you get over that hurdle of getting it set up, and we're going to go into maybe how you can do that better at the end of this training, then it's really, really passive.
And here's one thing that I'll say about that. So I was in a position of when I first started getting into Facebook ads, is that I felt like I had to keep coming up with a brand new promo every single month. And then it just constantly was just this like second job that I had, trying to keep coming up with the promo. And if you guys have been, and I know a lot of you here watching are a part of the 10-day challenge. I mean, it's not easy coming up with promos that actually convert, right? I mean, if if that makes sense, let us know in the comments. But now that you're pairing this concept of Facebook ads, and for those of you that do already have your irresistible promo, think of the magic that can then happen with that. But once I pared it down to just knowing that I only needed to come up with one ad, and just keep that on repeat and recycle. Sorry for these notifications. Then it just really simplified everything, and it actually became so much more effective. And let's see. Okay, so
And I do just want to, I do see the other questions. I do want to get to those, but I want to answer that real quick. Yeah, that's something that a lot of people don't know. Like when you put in $5, you're hitting like maybe 1,000 people. And in the area that you live, you probably have closer to 100,000, maybe 200,000 people. And so you're not necessarily hitting every person every day. And so the same offer, in my experience, has been good for, I mean, close to 6 months before we run into what's called ad fatigue. And then we can usually rotate to another offer. So it really only takes maybe 1 or 2 offers at a time to do your whole marketing for a year. So it's really, really powerful.
And okay, so Susan asked, what are the best places for images to attach to ads? There's a lot of really great free resources in there, and it really is key to have, and Ethan, you can probably speak to this too, but images that actually stand out and grab attention. But you can use, there's free websites, Pixabay, Pexels, Pexels, Unsplash. Those are all really great resources that have actually really beautiful images that you can use.
Yeah, and so I do want to talk to that a little bit. This is very tactical now. This is less high level, but I've had very good experience with, for whatever reason, getting a picture of, we've done so many pictures. I've had the Google photographers. If you look them up online, you can actually get people from Google to come out and take pictures from you, and they'll take those cool panoramic view pictures where you can like zoom around your store and stuff, and then they can see it from Google. And those cost like $200. But for some reason, the pictures of literally just the front desk with no people at it or anything has done very, very well for me. Or like an action shot, they call it, of somebody actually massaging a live client, like a real picture as opposed to a stock photo, has been doing very well for us.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a really awesome suggestion. Okay, so I'm going to keep moving on. If there's any other questions, please put them in the chat box. We will get to them at the end, but we still have secret number 3 to get to, and I'm trying to be mindful of everybody's time. But let me know in the comments if you're feeling like this has been time well spent for you tonight on your holiday. If you're from the States. But as I'm waiting for those to come in, I'm just going to keep going now. So secret number 3. How to build a raving, loyal, regular fan base and render your competition powerless by creating a rock star brand persona. So I'm going to put this into context a little bit, because this is one of the things that I hear a lot when I ask people, like, what are the biggest issues that they're facing, and they want client retention. They want, like, how do we keep clients coming back again and again and again? And just from my own personal experience, I know how hard it can be with competition. I mean, reality is spas are a dime a dozen. And if you can identify with that pain, just say, like, yeah, it's painful in the comments. If you feel like you just are a little bit overwhelmed by how many, like, quote unquote competitors you have out there. And this is where these two elements are where I created secret number 3. And so once you have, once you're following your entrepreneurial blueprint and you're starting to grow your profitability, you're feeling good about your business, you have your Facebook ads in place, this is where this question comes: how do I keep them coming back again and again and again? How can I get them climbing that value ladder easily? So one of the, and sorry, I already said this about it just being a burning question. So everybody's asking these questions, but it can be so hard getting new people through our door that it becomes easy to lose focus once they are there. And who can relate to that? How you're so concerned about getting new people in the door once they're there, it kind of, you just think what you're doing is you just kind of level off and let it slide. Let me know if that is you sometimes, or you don't even have to say, you don't have to admit to that, but maybe just think to yourself, could that be you? So And that is when you truly need to shine. Once they have come into your doors, it's not mission accomplished. This is when you're going to have that opportunity to create something unbelievable. So what do you need to do to create a raving loyal fan base, aka a full book? You don't want it to be, an empty house at your spa. You want to be in high demand. So, so here's what doesn't make you amazing. So, and you're going to be shocked to see this, and I didn't actually mean to show this right away on the slides, because you're probably going, oh my gosh, what? But reality is your services, and take this with a grain of salt, okay, but your services don't make you amazing. Your products don't make you amazing. Your professionalism doesn't even really make you amazing. Neither does your sanitation standards. I hear this all the time, that people that's what they're bragging about. And dare I say it, it's not even necessarily about the results you give them. And why? Why am I saying that? Because all of these things that I just said make you, like, those are standard. I mean, people expect when you go to get a facial somewhere, you expect somebody to be able to deliver a certain level quality of facial, and you expect to see results. You expect professional services to be used. You expect them to have cleaned and sanitized their spa, to keep you safe. So to be counting on these things, going, well, I have really good services and I've got really good products and I'm really clean. This is just bare minimum. That means on that level, if those are the things that are making you different, it's not making you different. It's making you just kind of blend in with all of the other spas that also have good services, good products, and hopefully good sanitization, practices. Does that make sense? Because a lot of times I hear it all the time where people go, here's the best products, the best services, best whatever, but for some reason they're missing the mark when it comes to just kind of giving their clients that, that je ne sais quoi. I don't even know if that's right, but it felt like it made sense to say it at the time. So what I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you the 3 simple steps that you do need to be focusing on, the 3 simple steps that will make you amazing. And just before I go on, because I don't want to rub anybody the wrong way, because all of those things are absolutely important, but it's like, if you get into a car with a cab driver, you're going to expect that they know how to drive and they're going to keep you safe. You're going to expect that, if there was an accident in the car before you, that it would be cleaned up. There's a certain level that you expect for them to do. But what makes a cab driver stand out? Not their driving skills, not the cleanliness of the cab, but if they offer you gum, or maybe they have, they offer Kleenex in the back. Maybe this was a really random and unexpected example, but if there's if you've seen some really awesome things, let's just turn this into a mini exercise. In the comments, if you've had a cab driver or an Uber driver, whatever, Lyft, whatever, type something that they did that made them, really memorable enough for you to randomly remember it during this presentation, and just see. I'm curious to see what would come up in the chats, but let's get into the 3 simple steps that are going to make you amazing. Why, who, and what? Why, who, and what? So let's dive into that. So the why. Why do you do what you do? Why do you do what you do? Why did you get into this business? Why did you pick this industry over any other industry? Why do you show up to work every day? Why do you persevere through the hard times? Why do you offer what you offer? So it's not quite the services themselves that are going to make you stand out, but the reason why you want to offer that specific service is something that can make you stand out. So, So when your purpose and your mission and your meaning are in every piece of your business, so when people come to you and they can feel your why, they know what makes you tick, you tell your story, you let them know who you are as like an individual, it's going to that's when the magic really starts to happen inside of your business. So In the words of Simon Sinek, I hope that you guys have heard this saying, because that maybe means you've read the book or have thought about it, or maybe it's on your coffee table or whatever. People don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. I'm going to say it again. People don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. They want to know the motivation behind it. They want to know, and I'm going to get into that next. They want to know who you are, like who you are really, not, what's your information? How can they find you? They want to know what's inside of you, even if they don't necessarily know you as the owner specifically. They want to know, who you are and who you represent can transcend through your business. So, like, who are we and how are we showing up as a business? That kind of gets into a little bit of the how, but who are we and how are we showing up as a business? So that's one element. And then the other element is, who do we serve? Who do we serve? So this is so important to know who we serve, who our ideal clients are, what they love, what they hate, what excites them, where they shop, what brands they're loyal to, what they love most about your business. And you can just do that by asking them. What services they love more than anything else. By knowing exactly who that client is that you aim to be, you are going to better know how to serve them in a way that nobody else can. Not to mention, if you know exactly who your clients are, it's going to sure as heck help with your Facebook ad targeting as well. But when we were in as we were really making major shifts in our business, we had to decide how we wanted to show up as a business and who were we going to be for our clients. And this was really important, because this is when it starts taking a turn where you can start going beyond your services and people start feeling something from you when they come into your space, when they get services by you, that's beyond anything that they could even really explain. So we had to get a very clear vision of who our clients were. And one, again, I just kind of alluded to that a second ago, one very effective way to do this is to take a close look at who your best clients are now and just ask them. So what we did, we eliminated anyone, we created a list of our top spenders, and then we eliminated anyone who was cringeworthy or just didn't fill our cup. Like, they may spend a lot of money, but just it makes my skin crawl every time I see them come through the door. Not an ideal customer. Next. So from that list, we analyzed their spending and then just asked them directly what they love about this. And we did a survey in this case. And then we asked them what they want more of and what they want less of. And we also went deep with them on what they read, companies they support, brands that they were already loyal to, and what excites them. We found out what they were afraid of, or we kind of did our own research. But I mean, when people responded to this survey, they were actually very open to answering us honestly to seemingly irrelevant questions. And then, now that we did all of that, we created their dream solution. By listening to them, we created their dream solution. So we had to explore every possible opportunity to wow our clients in a way that was irresistible to them, but completely authentic to us and who we were. So it was still tied into our why. It made sense for our purpose. So we were able to create and deliver a brand that satisfied their needs in a way that they didn't even know they needed. If you can see how amazing that might be for somebody, then I don't know, drop a heart in the comments. If that's something that you can see, wow, yeah. If your wheels are starting to turn. So do you think that our clients love us for it? Yes, absolutely. And over this past 10-day challenge, we've talked about irresistible offers and promos the entire time. This was the legwork I did to create my irresistible offer. So if you're looking back at your irresistible offer and thinking, you know what? I feel like I'm missing the mark. Go back and ask these questions. Dive deeper into who your audience is. get out there, ask questions, and it's going to suddenly unveil itself. That irresistible offer is going to present itself to you, because yes, they certainly did love us for that. So now for the what. What can people expect from you that they can't expect from anyone else? What can people expect from you that they can't expect from anyone else? I'm not trying to be repetitive here and annoy you at this time of night, but this is truly worth hearing, because this is where it comes into play, where we're not talking about services, because anybody can decide to do your services that you offer. Anybody can decide to carry the same product line as you. And guys, this has actually happened to me. This is actually a real life scenario where people are literally copying what I do, and I don't care. And because of everything that I'm teaching you right now. So you have to ask yourself, what do you believe in? What do you and your business stand for? And what makes you different? And what can people expect to experience from your business? And what do you do better than anyone else? So these are some of the things that you can think about, how you can really sit with each one of these items and dive into what you can do in each of these areas to be different than anybody else. So atmosphere, when you think the moment somebody comes into your space, what are they seeing? What are they smelling? What are they feeling? What are they doing? Really kind of go deep into that. Price. Now, I don't just mean, you don't just have to be the cheapest in town, but maybe you're higher end, but maybe it's more of an all-inclusive price. Maybe you're saying, you know what, we're expensive but awesome, and you own it because you've factored in all of these other areas. Then you can factor in your product. But now when you start talking products and services, but when you're fueling it by your why and your who, now it starts making sense. Even something as simple as your music. What music do you play? Are you just, people are coming in, are they listening to, the local radio station? Or do you actually choose an intentional radio station that's going to deliver a certain level, a certain experience for your customers? I mean, don't underestimate the small things. Marketing, how are you getting creative with your marketing? How are you reaching your customers? Customer service, this is a huge one. I mean, I see so many businesses, not just spas, but just businesses in general, drop the ball on customer service. And it's so easy. It's so easy to be able to deliver and meet and exceed your client's expectations without exception. So client interaction, how are you with your client? Are you like a family member? Are you like a mentor to your, like, are you friendly, or are you like, how is that relationship with your clients? So your method of delivery, like certain things, it may not be about the core service itself, but what do you do as like add-ons to that service, or different little elements within it that can set you apart? What guarantees do you make, if any? I mean, if that's right for your business, then, that's a great thing. If it's not, then that's okay too. How do you go the extra mile? These are the things. These right here are the things that are actually going to make you amazing. So I screenshot this, write it down, watch the replay if the recording is successful, because these are the things that are going to make the true difference. So if and when you can go deep in these three areas, that is when you can captivate your clients. And it's within these three W's that your people begin to relate to you, believe in you, and are loyal to you on another level. So they may not be able to explain it, but they will not be able to resist you and what you have to offer. And it becomes almost like a cult following, because they're like, you have something that they can't put their finger on it, but you just amaze them, and it creates massive, irrational loyalty to you. And that is where the money is. That's how you have them coming back. And so when it comes to, your competition, this is how we are rendering, Levon said she screenshotted a lot. Awesome. So this is Hen. If you can successfully do all of these things, all of those three W's, guess what happens to your competition? they go away. If you want to render your competition powerless for good, then you need to be so different with a brand so strong that your competitors will be too busy wondering how you did it, that they won't be able to actually replicate it even if they tried. And come on, reality is we know they will, but it doesn't matter. You need to find or create your own competitive advantage. It's about being so uniquely you and saturating your vision into every aspect of your business that is going to set you apart. And people will come to experience what only you have to offer. Tell me if that's sinking in for you guys. And tell me if you think that maybe you've been looking at how to surpass the competition and how to build your brand. Tell me if you've been looking at it differently up until now. So this is what I'm going to say. Again, what makes you different is something that your competitors can't steal. And I am going to say it again. What makes you different is something your competitors can't steal, period. So now you can just stop focusing on them. So be different, be fearless, and be bold. So are you guys starting to see the possibilities here? I'm going to jump back in the chat box. Levon says you're seeing it so much clearer. I know you were excited about number 3. I'm glad. I'm glad that is it's sinking in. All right. Okay, so let's recap what we've gone over today. So we've gone over in Secret 1, the entrepreneurial blueprint. So if you focus on you first and create your business about who you are and what you want, and you can see how that also tied into your brand, and then you focus simultaneously on your money and marketing, that is how you're going to build sustainable and meaningful profitability. And so in secret number 2, we talked about Facebook ads, and I hope that blew your minds as to the possibility of that. Okay, so secret number 3 again was building your rock star brand persona. So all these 3 things are what you can really benefit from focusing on in your business, and it's going to help you stand apart. We're going to teach you how to become profitable in more ways than one, and we're going to teach you how to make your clients obsessed with you and climb that value ladder through building an amazing rock star brand. We've come this far, you know what to do, but that's not really the hard part, is it? The trickier thing is knowing how to do what you know you need to do. That's where it can get very frustrating. I want you to know that I am you. I know exactly what it feels like to be standing in your shoes. I've gone through hell and high water to get where I am today, and I spent thousands and thousands of dollars, as you know, on coaches, training, and education workshops, you name it. And I don't want you to have to break the bank in order to catch a break. That's not the game I'm playing here today. And the last thing I want you to feel like is that you're being sold on anything. I know where you're coming from. And I know what I can do to transform your business for the better once and for all. So I created something very special for you. It's a culmination of everything I have learned, created, and implemented in my business. And I've basically wrapped it up and put it on a beautiful silver platter for you. It's simple, yet transformational. Now, you can do one of 2 things. You can take everything that you've learned and try to do it yourself. Gain clarity about your passion, your purpose, your dreams, start setting actionable goals, and begin to build a business that can truly support you emotionally and financially. And while that is the hard choice, it isn't impossible, and hopefully you will actually implement them. Or number 2, you could get the help you need to break down and walk through each crucial step one at a time with additional support from a teacher and community that gets your business, knows where you're coming from, what you need. And so you can actually begin to see real change in your business and in your life. If you are ready and willing to do the work, and I know that you are because you're here right now, and you're going to want to keep listening to this next part. You have the ambition, the vision, and the desire to make change in your life and business. And I have the systems and the accountability that can help you do just that. I'm going to spend a few minutes talking to you about the program I created called the 12-week Spa Boss Bootcamp, because I owe it to you to put all of my cards on the table and give you everything that I've got. My number one focus since my aha moment, if you will, has been to first cut costs, fix my money game, work on my mindset, getting rid of that stinking thinking, and using the lessons of my failures to empower me instead of erode me. And finally, think outside of the box when it comes to bringing in new clients and generating new revenue streams in my business. This program takes you through very specific steps to not only set your money game straight and help you align you with your true purpose and design your dream life, but finally create a business that can help support those dreams. The course is designed to deliver deep transformation and results. Let me give you a clear picture of what you can expect from this program. In week 1, you're going to be finding your passion and purpose, getting massive clarity on what it is that you actually want in your life. In week 2, we're going to be goal setting, planning, and cleaning house, preparing yourself to take massive action with a clear-cut plan. In week 3, we're going to show you how you can really know your strengths and capitalize them while building a business that supports your dreams. In week 4, we're talking money matters and cutting back, breaking down and gaining clarity on your money story. In week 5, we're going over pricing and profitability. We will go through your current pricing to see if you are priced right, and if not, how we can change it. In week 6, we're going to be talking about your ideal client and your competition. In week 7, we're going to be demystifying sales funnels and your 12-step blueprint. In week 8, we're going to be talking low-cost, no-cost marketing. In week 9, we're going to be talking about blogging, social media, list building, and your website. We will go over how you can actually leverage these platforms to bring in clients and increase revenue. In week 10, we're going to be talking about the ultimate client experience and maximizers that can help you make bank. In week 11, we're going to be talking about how you can leverage and inspire your staff to perform at the top of their game. In week 12, we're going to be expanding possibility, explore different revenue streams, final reflections, and planning ahead. What I was able to do is take the most transformational components I learned on my journey and package them in a way that is easily digestible, actionable, and leaving you in a position to see change in your business without having to rely on anyone else, your team included, to help you do it. So if you had a successful, profitable business that you loved and it made you great money in the process, how much would that be worth to you? If you choose to do nothing with what you've learned, then you will get just that, nothing. And maybe that is okay for you. Or you can choose to take action on your business and create lasting change within it by working with me every step of the way. You really do have nothing to lose. So the real question is it worth gambling a little bit of your time to check this out? I want to go back and make sure you realize exactly who this is for. It's for spa owners whose businesses are in the red and they're desperately looking for a way to just break even. We are going to show you the only 3 things you need to be focusing on at a time in your business when you are simply trying to survive. And also for spa owners who are tired of hovering around that break-even point, who are tired of just making ends meet and ready to significantly expand the profitability gap from where they are now to where they aspire their business to be. So here is my last question for you. Money replenishes while time does not. So how much more time do you have to struggle with your business? When is enough enough? I really hope you guys feel so confident and so excited to join me on this journey. I know you're going to see transformation. I know you're going to see results. And I want to be the one to help you do it, because I've said it before and I'll say it again. I've actually been in your shoes and I've turned my business around. So if this isn't going to work for you, then you do not have to continue on with the program. It is just that risk-free. And I want to make sure that all of your questions are answered. So remember, you can join us in the Facebook group, ask us any questions that you want to have answered, and we are going to make sure that you are feeling 100% confident about making this decision and joining us on this journey. So what I'm going to leave you with is this. Unless we start doing things differently, unless we start challenging the status quo of a broken industry, unless we begin to take control of our business, and unless we begin to make that change within ourselves, nothing will ever change. We have control over who we choose to be, what we choose to do, and how we choose to do it. You can design your own life, and progress requires change, and change requires action, and action starts with you. All right, you guys, thank you so much again for taking the time this week to be here on this journey with me. I hope I see you on the other side. I hope you feel comfortable and confident to take the leap with me, because I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure you start seeing results in your business. So if anybody has any questions, please come join us in the Facebook group. We are an open book. We are happy to answer anything that you need to know to feel 100% confident about taking this journey with us. I won't take up any more of your time, you guys. I will look forward to seeing you inside the Facebook group. So thank you very much, you guys, and have an amazing day. As always, wishing you passion, progress, and profitability always.